Welcome to a special segment of Cellar Door Skeptics. Tonight does not feel like a happy night. It does not feel like a place we can enjoy our normal discourse, or our normal desire to spread reason, logic, skepticism, and science. Tonight for me is filled with heartbreak, with emotion. It ranges from a desire to run and scream, to a desire to take back America from the bigots who helped create and sustain the belief that not all people are equal, to me just sitting in a corner, sobbing, while I think of the families who will never get to see their loved ones again. Tonight doesn't feel like I will have the ability to produce any sort of a normal discussion while we sit here and reel from the horrible tragedy that happened at the wee hours of Sunday morning. Today is a day to mourn. It is a day of shocking news that rocked the United States, if not the whole world. Sunday morning, we saw the death of 49 people and 53 injured. We sat by as the news stories poured in, and we hoped beyond hope we were still dreaming. I woke up that morning and went to the couch to check my Facebook, and I noticed a message from CNN about a nightclub shooting. Immediately, my mind started to scream, what? Why? Where? How could this happen? How can our society we live in be so cruel and allow for such a tragedy to occur? And soon I discovered it was an attack on a gay nightclub. My heart sank further when the reports of ISIS connections started to pour in. What could possibly motivate someone to do this? How has society gotten so bad in America that we can't even feel safe in our own cities? Was this really a national terror threat, or just misguided individuals who are trying to interject a hatred or bigotry over top of the situation? All these things accumulated in my mind as I tried to process the emotions of what is happening. Maybe my heart wasn't ready for the reality of the situation. Maybe I was not able to grasp the situation. Or maybe given the recent anti-LGBT legislation and extreme hatred being spewed by conservatives, I just felt that somehow we had all failed. I felt like I saw the world burning and that no help would be able to support this sort of loss. All I want to do is have life be peaceful, fair, and work towards empowering a better tomorrow with less bigotry. As all these things raced through my head, I hid my tears, I hid my sorrow, my anger, all because it is hard to see a community I feel engaged with hurt so badly. At the time of this tragedy, it feels like we can never win, that love just can't win. But love has to win, right? I mean, that is what the old cis misogynistic fairy tales all claim. They all claim that the good will win and that the evil will be vanquished. My childhood was filled, just as many others were filled and taught that good will win at all costs. And we can always count on the majority to do the right thing. And that evil is such a small fish in the big pond of our lives. Today did not feel like that. Today did not feel like life will continue even though I know it will. Should our society remain blind to the anger and hatred spewed? How can our society, as evolved as it is, still lend itself to mass murder over an ideology at its worst and a personal vengeance at its best? So I sit here and reflect on the tragedy of this weekend. We can blame the hatred on the right because they passed all those anti-LGBT bills and all the rhetoric just hasn't helped. We can blame religion and its desire to force antiquated beliefs on a new generation of individuals, while many hold to partial beliefs. They all once lend themselves to anti-LGBT, anti-equality stances. We can blame the NRA and the gun laws for being too lenient. We can blame liberals for taking all the guns away and for scaring people into not wanting to arm citizens with automatic weapons. We can blame all those things, or one of those things, but that doesn't bring back the dead. Do those who have deceased get to be brought back to life because we have magically found the answer, and with our wishful thinking and our prayers we can just change the course of this country? I read on my Facebook page today countless threads of people claiming to pray, and how God should just help and save them, and pray for the fallen. I've also read countless people claim electing Trump is the only way we can possibly beat this because he's going to stop all those terrorists. But what if the terrorists are homegrown? What if it wasn't just a small sect of a religion, but an entire culture made up of many religious and political ideas that have led us to the chasm that is as gaping as it can be? What if together our ignorance, our microaggressions, our silence have paved the way for killers to justify their action behind thinly veiled attempts of proclaiming persecution and freedom of speech? Not long ago, many tried to justify their beliefs through simply claiming persecution and freedom of speech, to the point that they feel they can discriminate against anybody based on their worldview. Christians' worldview at its core is not any better than Muslims. Worldviews that create hatred and fear of those who are not like them create a discord that will bleed over into the actions. Whether or not the killer was mentally deranged, we won't know. We do know that there's a fact that Islam and Christianity have both pushed hatred towards LGBT folks that still exists today. And yes, maybe not all Christians or not all Muslims will kill for their belief, but that doesn't mean we should accept their beliefs and not fight to change the perception that is those beliefs. What I do know, and what I feel is the only mode of transportation now, is to stand up in solidarity and love our fellow human, our fellow LGBT friend and community. I do know that many are hurting and many don't feel safe right now. I do know that my anger is coming back towards those who want to remain stubborn in their bigoted ways. Those who claim that there is no way that their free speech should be restricted because they feel they deserve the right to spout whatever they want. I know that society needs to change. How is it to change is left up for debate, but I know that without standing up and shouting from the top of my lungs, I stand for Orlando. I stand with my fellow LGBT humans as an ally, that more tragedies will happen. I know we need to work harder to question and challenge those who hide behind their worldview, to push their hatred and call out bigotry as I see it. No religion is immune to bigotry, and no worldview deserves a free pass on free speech. Let them speak, but we must speak louder. We must stand up and shout. We must make a scene that is so loud the haters will remain silent and will eventually change their minds or die out and leave a less bigoted generation in its place. We can't deny the fact that this individual may have claimed his religion as a mode, but that should not stop us from challenging that religion, from challenging those who want to hold dear to their ideology. We must stand up and we must claim solidarity. We must claim love. Love is the only thing that can win. So to those who have the ability to show solidarity, please do so. Please let others know that you support them and you are a safe place for them to go to. Let everyone know that you will not tolerate hatred and you will support them as you have supported others. Lastly, let's help create legislation that will change the future and will create the safe spaces that are needed. I don't claim to know what that is, but I hope a dialogue will start, one that will protect more humans and one that will help this community heal as it deals with this immense tragedy. In the description, I've enclosed links for those that can help support the community. I know Grand Rapids Pride Festival is donating a portion of the sales to help the victims of Orlando. I have also added other links for donation for those who wish to give blood or who can help out financially. We here at Cellar Door Skeptics are allies, and we stand in solidarity with the LGBT community to help them feel safe, secure, and supported. We don't need to speak for them, but we need to speak in tandem with them. Please, please, I urge you to stand up. Tell someone you love them. Tell them that love will win. Tell them that you support and you stand behind them and that you will do all that's in your power to fight with them against the evil, the determination of those who want to discriminate. Thank you so much for listening to this short tangent from Cellar Door Skeptics. Remember, support where you can. The links are in the description. And have a good night, everyone.